Why is the GTA so tough, Bob?
I just think that obviously there's a strong hockey culture here that takes demands and attention that kids are involved in. Outside of that, we've seen this, major soccer now come in and be a player in here. Basketball's taken root for over a decade now, and so now I just see between that and I think there's a lot of other entertainment options. Between the festivals that are now popping up, it seems like there's a new one every month almost now that you're seeing in Toronto. So all of them are attracting, challenging people for their attention, getting media coverage, and obviously where people can spend their money. If Brian Burke gets the Leafs turned around, gets them in the playoffs, wins the Stanley Cup, that's going to have a far greater impact on us, I think, than the Buffalo Bills playing a couple of games here a year. And as I say, there's just so many other things going on in the city that some of which are in our price zone that are probably tougher for us to compete against than the Buffalo Bills coming in here for games. So I think they can be a positive force in terms of us working together to try to build football interest. I think I understand from some of our staff already that the preseason game was the day before one of our games, and they said it was one of the better walk-ups. There was obviously a lot of talk about football in the marketplace that week. Sometimes you have some coaching challenges, new situations, difficult for a first-time head coach sometimes, and those years can be really rough, and I think there was a little bit of that with Rich, I guess. Again, sitting on the outside looking in. Quarterback controversy, all of that issue didn't play well. Then you start piling up some injuries. The guys are losing, and then it's and at the end, you have some great Canadian talent that's at the end of their career, and sometimes that's challenging too. And just when you transition guys, and it was one of those bad years that unfortunately, every sports franchise runs into at some point in time. Paul Beeston would say the best way to market a club is to have a winning product in the field. That's always been his belief, and obviously, so far, he's got a great marketing program going.
And you were with the Jays during their formative years. I mean,
yes.
Did you have these similar kinds of challenge to the baseball market in the GTA?
Yeah, I think it's always a thing it's nice to be trending upwards, So the Jays, that had started, they were starting to have some success on the field. There was a great front office that was putting, programs in place, selling groups, bringing stuff in. It was there was some of the things that the Jays were doing were relatively new to this marketplace, and had two other franchises that were kind of sitting on the sidelines, figuring they could just renew their season ticket holders. So the Jays kind of moved into a bit of a void. I think found a nice gap, and then keep building that business.